So they just sit like that against the frame, and they stop it slamming down into the back.
Oh, that's just when you're for shipping.
Yeah, for shipping only. So
Yeah.
it'll sit like that. You can't put the frame on there because the lights need to be higher up.
Well,
so
we can leave it
it's
like
gonna
that
take
now,
that-
right?
Yeah, I'm going to tie that down like
Yeah,
that.
okay, alright, yeah.
The
So
two
I
boxes will be in and that'll be it
make
there.
sure I take a photo so I don't really
Yeah,
don't
just,
lose those.
it's going to be tied down to there, so you just take the strap off, and now you can lift it up, take the pucks out and slip that in, and basically
videoing?
lock it
Nope.
in place. The pucks you can keep
Yeah,
on the
so
machine. Just
that's easy for us to do. I think set up, tear down. Just we need to remember how to do that, right?
I usually stick the pucks in here or something, but if
Okay.
you can put them in there, it doesn't matter. As long as you know where they are when you can come and
Okay.
connect them back up. Alright. So that's there, it goes up. I'll just give you a quick run. So you put the lights on here with the wooden block in, it's on, now you just lift
Yeah.
it up,
Pins in.
put the pin in, lock pin goes on the other side of it, so
Yeah.
the pin goes through. You just put them both in loosely first, both in, lock them in place,
And then tie it up.
and then you can just put a wrench on here, there's a flat in here, and tighten that up with
Yep.
15/16. Just snug it, that's all you do. Just to stop the ball moving
Yep.
if anybody grabs it or anything like that, that's all it
Perfect.
is.
Okay.
And these are going to go back in here just for shipping because they just rattle against the paintwork and all that
Yep.
sort of stuff. Yes, fuses. There's fuses all over on any power cable coming out to these inverters. Fuses are in the back here, in here, in here. I'll give you a load of fuses in case they blow for any reason at all. Okay?
Yep. Okay. Have they ever blown?
Never had any issues, but I've just wired these up and I've never ran them for a period of time, so I think they'll be fine. I don't think there's any issue,
Okay.
but just in case. Everything else has been fine.
And you'll put fuses where? Where will you put fuses?
They're going to give you a whole kit of bits and pieces,
Okay.
like,
Alright.
extra stuff. We're going to take these off now. We're going to disconnect the monitor and pull the monitor off, so you can disconnect here and here.
Yep.
So it's just a tiny clip in here
Yep.
to pull this one out. It's
I'm
not
gonna
easy
take a
to pull.
photo how they're set up. Yep.
So you can disconnect those out of there. We're going to take this off and put this into a cardboard box for you. This disconnects here, and this cable stays on the machine. This stays on the pole.
Yep.
There's 4 bolts under here. Just take those off and bolt them back in there.
Yep.
The bolts will be in here. They're not taken out. They're going to be left in there.
Okay.
So the pole's the only thing taken away.
Okay.
All right, that's that one. The
Yep.
monitor's going to be in a box, and I suggest you walk in with a dolly
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
Great. Same with this. This one's going to be in a box. Maybe
Yep.
this will be too, because we'll do that and you just plug it in. So again, you're going to disconnect this one here. There's 2 connectors here, the grey ones. And then the Ethernet cable is down here. This cable will drop backwards and go with this cable
Gotcha.
and the pole. You're going to just do your zip ties and just cut those off. I'll cut them off
Yeah.
now, but I'll give you new zip ties and you just zip tie them back on again.
Okay.
Here, you're just going to disconnect here, and there's 3 disconnects there
Yep.
underneath the TV, and the TV's going to be unscrewed from here again, like we did last time. Or maybe we'll take it off the friggin' 4 screws or whatever. Take the TV off and it's done. So that's that monitor and that monitor. Again, this has got 3 bolts, so this will come up, lift it up, and you've got a 1/2 inch
Yeah,
bolt, just
good.
the same, 3 of them,
Yeah.
exactly the same.
They look good.
Okay.
You can keep the door open. It's fine. Yeah. Get some air in there.
Top monitor is the same as this one, no different. So just the 2 plugs here, and basically drop it off and just get rid of it. That's just going to be left out.
Yes.
Key will be in this clip here. It's going to be wrapped in the clip.
Okay.
So just it will be sitting on the side here in the clip.
Right,
We're going to cover this up with a top
Okay.
afterwards. Everything else is tied down. Should be good. This just take the strap off here just to stop this. You can.
Yep.
This is just hand tight. You can use a wrench if you want to crack that loose and spin it off and just take it
Yeah.
off. And then basically take these 2 straps off and this just slides off.
Take a photo for shipping back. I'm more concerned about the shipping back. I can tear things apart easily.
Yeah, I mean that's just one piece going on. And you put the 2 straps on and
Yeah.
1 strap on, and that's it. Just centralize this so it's free of this side and clear of the front.
It's not. It's just not restrained, right? It just slides in.
It
right?
just slides in, yes. It's not
And
tight or anything.
Can these go underneath? Where do these go?
They're going to go in the box. unfortunately.
Oh, so you just put them in the box
Yeah.
and then get moved off.
The best thing to do, it's a bit of a pain if you have time to do it. The best thing to do though, you can, because you're going to take the stuff out of the box primarily. You can unbolt these 4 bolts here. This will come off and you can drop
Just
it in
lay
the
it
box
out.
and then turn that on its end and drop it in and just rebuild it. Otherwise it's cumbersome.
Yeah.
But it'll sit, if you get rid of the battery which is coming off, it may just sit straight in where the battery is.
Right.
Leave it together and just 2 people. It's heavy here, but it's light as hell.
Yeah,
No
perfect.
problem. So maybe leave it together if you want it. But that's just to pull that front off and it's ready to use type of thing. For not
Okay.
Monitor's done.
Yeah.
So the first thing you're going to do when you get into the place is basically, before the guy comes in with a forklift to position it or do anything for you, you can unbolt these 4 bolts here on all corners, and when he lifts it, this foot's just going to slide out
Okay.
and come out of place. Put the 4 bolts back in and leave them in for the show and just get rid of the tape. It's just to stop the scuffing the aluminum. That's all
And
it's
then
for.
when we put it back together, he's gonna just lower it slightly down and put the feet on.
Yeah, he's going to be up off the ground. He can have it up here somewhere. You can just kind of hold this up lightly with your hand,
Yeah.
start the screws off, and once you've done that, he can lower it down. But when you're pulling these up though, run them in just so they're just snug. So when he rests it down, it'll lift this onto the box and then tighten these last when it's on the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just going to lift it up and snug them, and when he puts the
Yeah.
weight on, it'll just slide up on the slot a little bit. There's a little bit of play there in each hole. No big deal. But you're going to take those 4 off first. He's going to then lift it up for you, pull them off, and then what you need to do is come in the back here and you can take the steps out. The 2 steps are in here.
Okay.
So you're just going to unscrew those 4, pull them off, and pull the step out. There's a rubber mat on the bottom that will help it slide out if you grab the mat and just pull it out with it.
Yep.
And then when you're putting it back in, put the mat halfway out and put the step into it, and then keep sliding the rubber mat on as you're pushing it in. It just helps you sliding. It's got a little buffer protectors on either side, but just to stop the step bouncing around. That's all it is.
Okay.
That can be then bolted back on when you took the steps out, or you
Yep.
put stuff in there. It's up to you. If you want to store stuff that you want to use it,
Yep.
unless you have anywhere else to store it. This is the A-frame for the beam at the back. It goes right through the cross beams at the back there. The tube itself is going through the cross beams over here.
Okay. Yeah.
But this is just resting on here. So what we did was we put a screw there, hex, 1/4 inch, and you're going to pull this out, and you can get in here to the screw here.
So remove the screws.
And this piece of aluminum is only this big, so you're going to take the screws out, lift this up a little bit, and pull this out. Once you've done that, you can just pull this whole thing out and just just pull it out nice and gently. It's bubble wrapped, so it isn't going to get damaged. Hopefully, everything's on there for the yellow connection bar at the front, and the pins in here with the linch pin and everything. So once you get that out, you're going to leave this out because the battery has to go in here and run through this slot. Yep. So once it's on the ground, there's 2 angle lines here. You've just got to get the battery in the center of the angle lines, and it'll run in with the wheels.
Again, I'm more worried about how I put it back nicely so it comes back okay.
Yeah, well, this you'll slide this in without the plate on though.
Yeah.
And then at the last part, you're gonna just lift it and slide this into place, and then just run those 2
We'll
slides
take
back in
photos
again.
when we unpack it. We'll just take photos
Try and-
carefully.
Pack this here because it
Yeah.
pushes that across there, and it's on the angle line, resting on the angle line there. If it comes across, it's sort of resting in the middle of the
Yeah,
plate.
got it.
So we just put this in here as a packing situation. And this packed here because it's going to push the beam inwards and keep it
Yep.
forced forward, which it is.
All right.
So that would be a beam out. Leave your plate off. The 2 bolts, you can put the screws back in there so you don't lose them. Try and put the screws back to wherever you find them. That's the easiest way, so you never lose them. Like,
Yep.
and the beam's out. That's ready for your box to go in, and your plate last to go back on again. The place is going to be tightened up, sort of thing. So your camera's on, everything's connected. You put those on, connect your cables, zip tie them together, and put your monitors on, and then basically your 3rd monitor there, and then basically you can just put your battery in. You can just leave your battery out here and plug it in, make
Yep.
sure everything's aligned.
Okay.
Check everything's okay. I'll give you fuses, etc. The cable, you're gonna fish under there again, so it clears the front end,
Yep.
and it's gonna just come up through there and just come around here.
Yep.
And there's 2 slots in there, which are gonna push up there, and basically there's 2 wing nuts here,
Yep.
which I'll put on here and one up here. Like there's 2 wing nuts there that are just gonna tighten that in place. Once that's in place, hopefully you never have to take it back off. You're just going to charge it on the unit, but you're just going to disconnect it every night before you charge it up. That's all. And basically charge it up. But this is your jumper for your machine, I guess.
Okay.
Yep.
So the key is you just wait everything the spreadsheet says you put in there in that big crate, right? So the table, the kiosk, what else is in there?
What are you doing with the table?
There's just a small little, it's just a small table.
For what though? You know,
To put sensors and stuff on.
okay.
You see,
Yeah, they're just corner brackets. That one piece.
yeah, after so where the X-ray is going to be, like here, then we'll have the kiosk and a little table there with sensors and stuff on there and business cards and just
Alright.
worst case if it doesn't fit, the table just goes back in the box and we don't have a table.
Yeah. Okay, charge is going to be in the box in the box in there.
Yeah.
It'll just be wrapped up. This is you're going to unscrew these and just take them off. There's going to be a ratchet strap around here. Do it off, but we're going to cling film this whole thing. It's going to be totally cling film when we've got it boxed up. You're just going to cut the cling film off. There'll be new cling film wrap in here. You can cling film it when you finish it again to wrap it back up again. But you're going to basically take these off. They're just going to drop down. These are kind of sprung against these boxes, so when you unscrew this, have somebody push against the other side, otherwise it's going to spring apart on you a little bit. Yep.
Yep.
Just have to, push on the other side. You're taking these two off, and then this just hinges down. You're just going to force it down. You can leave it sitting in an angle if you want.
Yep.
It'll work out. When the ratchet straps, just undo it from here. These are just fixing brackets to stop it crushing the
Yep.
frame or anything. You can take them off, take those off. Forklift's going to go right into here. If
Yep.
it can't go in there and the forks are too wide, it can pick up right on the outside.
Okay.
He's just going to lift it up and he's just going to back it out and drop it straight down on the ground. It's done. And then the handle will connect with the two bolts.
Do we need? So she's ordered a forklift for that.
The same one will work this time, but the fork shouldn't be too big. It should,
I'm saying like
it should
I'm trying
still
to think
go.
how he's going to bring it over, and then we're going to have to ask him to come back. Once
Well, they're gonna drop this off at your booth. This is going to be piled in your booth when you get
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But then we need a forklift to come
the
back.
guy.
to
Yeah, you go find a guy and say we need a forklift driver to unload
Yeah,
everything
okay.
now.
Yep.
They're just going to dump it in your booth, and then when you want them, they'll come to you. So you have to go tell them you want somebody to
Yep.
come along and do that. But you're just going to lift that up and it's ready to go. It's charged.
Perfect.
The handle just goes on
Yep.
the wheel front area.
This way all that's all packed.
Five of those. I don't know if you need all five, but you've got them.
Okay.
And the handles there.
So city.
Your choice with the camera. Do you want it to walk it in with your displays too? Because
Yeah.
rather
Yeah.
and everything else is going to be in boxes and
Yeah,
tools
I mean,
and everything else.
we'll be going over in a car, so I'd rather have like a bunch of components we just take in a car,
Yeah, which is in one of the
monitors and stuff
and
and
the
that,
cameras.
and just we
And then
can.
if you have a buggy, just to wheel things in, that'd be
Yeah.
ideal. The
Yeah.
Bella's buggy.
Actually, there's a little red buggy in there, isn't there?
Have they got? Oh, well,
I
steam
saw-
up.
I
Does it
saw-
fold up? It probably does.
Yeah, I just saw it
Yeah,
in the
ask her for
camera.
it. Yeah, just tell you.
Alright.
That's the frame that just locks in the front,
Yep.
and then the pin goes through for the, which is actually in the
Okay.
thing already. This will be in here because it's heavy. It doesn't need to be.
Yeah, so the key is there's going to be 3 boxes over there,
Yep.
this, and then you'll leave us a pile of other stuff with tools and that we can take to our car.
No, they're going to be in here.
Oh, okay.
The tools, I think, just
You can
the
take-
monitors and the cameras that go in
Oh,
the
for the
car.
cameras.
But
Okay.
the tools will be.
Are you putting everything on that table there that we need to take? Is that where you're going to put it?
Oh, monitors we can put on there for you. So
Yeah, I'm just saying just in one place so we don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put the drivers. I'm going to give you a set of ratchet stuff sockets, and there's a set of wrenches here which will cover everything for you.
Okay.
Adjustable you've got. There's going to be 2 sets of these, so you can pick and choose any fitting you want for drill drives and such. Most of them are Phillipses that you have to deal with,
Yep.
and the hexes for the
And you're going to put all that all in that crate
Yeah,
there?
I'll
Okay,
put these
perfect.
in with the drills, screws there if you need extra screws too. There's
Okay.
going to be a tape gun there with extra tape.
Yep.
You'll have the cling film stuff. There's going to be a roll of that stuff that will be thrown into the bubble wrap to help you pack stuff back up again. And everything's going to sit in here. We're right on the top of the
Yeah, I'm not
charge is
yeah.
going to be in there, etc.
Okay. Yeah, I won't be around for initial packing, so we'll have to
Yeah.
show this video to Andrew and that.
Cleaning stuff will be in there and all that, and you'll have a drill, an impact driver, and I'll give you a knife and
Yep.
tools like your hammers and things just in case you need them. But that's all. Most of it's just half-inch stuff and 9/16s. That's it.
So, silly question: how does that big crate over there open up? Do you have to remove the screws?